Hello. Okay, let me try and get this done. Hello and welcome to this live stream. I'm going to check the audio. It's just going to take me a while. Okay, let me check. Okay, done. So sorry if the air conditioner, or if not the air conditioner actually, it's just the fan. Let me just turn it off. I think it's better. Okay, so I wanted to do this live stream because there are different topics around the internet, around maybe just, I think it was, let me check exactly when Kim Star upload this video. Okay, Drama Alert, which is from Kim Star, uploaded a video from part of the interview about Onision. And he's saying, the most hated YouTuber, Onision interview. And it seems like it's only just one video, but it seems like it's going to be, I think, like 10 videos, I think. Well, I don't know. It says part 2 tomorrow. But I don't know. He's just making it really short. It was only 14 minutes, and there was some sort of explanation at first. And after that, you had Onision. And Onision seemed to be quite at ease. He wasn't being all of craziness as he usually is, which is kind of strange just to listen to him being, I don't know, he was just so on his senses, you know? It's so difficult to see someone that, I mean, I don't know, it's like seeing the personality of Nicocado Avocado, but I think Onision is older. So, I mean, he's been older with all of that drama. So I think that that's something that Onision has been reflecting himself with. So I am guessing that that's why he's just trying to deflect what's happening. And I think he believes that everything will be, I mean, everything that he has as a, let's say as a proof, if there is a case open on, like, against him. So I think everything that he thinks that he have, it's enough. That he will be able to back up his case, and that will be enough. So that's how I felt. I felt when I was listening to Kim Star interview. It seems like Onision was feeling really confident. He was at ease. He was okay with it. Like he is like, I don't get it. All the people are like getting all of this drama, etc., etc., etc. What it's true is that there are things being investigated, and there are things that are coming out. I'm still debating on checking exactly what's happening with Shiloh. There are some YouTubers that are exposing Shiloh as well, like she is not acting coherently as how she should be. But I'm guessing that that's like a post, what's this called, like a when you are feeling that everyone wants to attack you, so you are in a position of you are in a defensive mode. So she is trying to just hold it. It's like I don't want anyone to be closer to me or to be abusing me just like that person did to me. So it's like triggering. So I do understand, because when you have something that have happened to you that marked your life, and you are completely like triggered by the smallest thing, nothing that the world will say will stop that person to be triggered and to act in a different way. And I think that's happening. I think that Shiloh, it's been, let's say, pushed into that limit. Maybe she had, because she's starting to talk about this subject, and she have already talked with Chris Hansen, and she have already exposed Onision, and everything is like out in like on the table. That's why I'm guessing she is not exactly in the best mood to take care of people that are trying to, let's say, trying to just see if they can get a part of the story that haven't been told already, or if she has been telling it wrong. So in this case, I will definitely understand about just telling the truth and having mental support, because you definitely need that after you say something that it's that big, that it's so like heartbreaking for what happened. I mean, for any reason, I mean, mentally, physically abused. It seems like Shiloh went through all of that. And as I said before, if this case must go into court and it's been proved that Onision is guilty, then that's how it should be. That's how it should be, you know? Is it's strange. It's strange to understand, I'm guessing, but I think that she and all of the victims, they still need mental support, and I hope that they do. I'm sorry, I'm just going to check something here. So I hope that's true. I hope that she can, well, they can surpass all of this, that they are receiving the mental support, as Chris Hansen is saying, and having something to hold on to if this case goes to court. So that's one stuff. I mean, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Um, the other topic that I wanted to talk about, it's about one of the subjects of one of the topics that I talked about in the news of YouTube volume 2. So in this video, I talked about different topics, and one of the topics that I talk about apart from Jake Paul, Nikocado, Onision, I talked about Irate Alex and his documentary straight towards, let's say, 4 people, especially 2, and a third one, which we think it's the one that it's behind all of this. So it's about Foodie Beauty. So Foodie Beauty is a mukbanger, or let's say YouTuber, that started off as a mukbanger, then it was a weight loss channel, and then it was a blog and makeup tips, and then it was again a mukbang channel. right? She then again has been, let's say, abusing the platform, showing her binging disorder, eating in front of a camera, gaining weight in front of a camera, and actually just lie to all of her subscribers and using the community tab in a way to just tell everyone what she believes and then delete the community tab again. And then again, writing something in the community tab and then deleting it again. And then attacking all of the reaction channels. And then going back and then saying, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm going to change. Or at a certain point, being, well, she wasn't doxing. She wasn't the one doxing someone, but she was approving one of the troll channels that, let's say, she was following, or this troll was also following. Hey, Sheraton. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I have been doing certain lives here and there. I haven't been able to do some lives because I had my sister here, and I was just with her. My family was gathered, you know. Um, yes, I have been, as I said, in a couple of lives just to tell how my channel was going to be and the amount of lives that I was going to that I was going to do around the week. Um, I'm fine. Thank you very much for asking. Just taking care of our health as a family. I mean, my parents, myself, my kid, and trying to just, um, you know, taking care of everything just in case. I know people will be like a little bit paranoid with all of the coronavirus, but I don't know if they wanted to just, I mean, the news, the government, and everything, they're just like trying to spread all of this bunch of information regarding to this new disease that everyone is just so into it. So everyone is just like really scared. So we are just trying to keep it on the low. He is fine. Thank you very much. I'm having a little bit of a trouble him eating. I'm guessing it's because he's having his teeth coming out. So apart from that last flu that he had, but anyways, everything is fine with him. He is growing and growing. He's just fine. Hopefully, he's not getting sick. Right now, we are in this time of the year that it's really like it's raining a lot. It's really hot and humid, so there are lots of viruses around. I mean, even myself right now, I feel just like my throat hurts. So, but that's like this little virus that is around, and everyone has it. And it's not that you're going to get a flu like straight ahead. It's something that comes and goes, and it will be for the entire season. And we only have 2 seasons, so it's like 6 months of raining, and the other 6 months it's a little bit cooler, but it's not cold. So let's say we have like a normal temperature around 19, the lowest, until 36, 36, I think, 36, 37 Celsius when it's really hot. Yes, yes. Hopefully he won't be, I mean, he will be vulnerable. Hi, Beto. How are you? Thank you for being in the live chat. And yes, Sheraton. I am just I am just really like thankful that my kid is trying just to get a hold of all of these viruses that are around. But the people that I'm most like I'm worried about are my parents, because they're old. So those are the ones that I need to take care of. Hey guys, I'm glad that you're here. I'm really glad that you're here. So how is everyone? How is everyone? I had one of the best lives like 3 or 4 days ago. We were still talking about, I'm sorry, Beto, if I'm going to talk about this, but just about ghost stories. And we were just like debunking ghost stories and stuff. It will have been the best. What happened, Beto? You have bad news? What's going on? Tell us. If you want to tell us, by the way, what's going on? By the way, guys, I am using StreamYard. So, StreamYard, no. Do you? Are you okay? Are you being in quarantine? Are you sure? Oh my god, I'm so sorry to hear that, Beto. I'm really sorry about that. Just take care of yourself, okay? So what I was going to say is that ah that is crazy. So what I was going to say is that if you want to use StreamYard, so I'm going to write it down. Well, it's written down here, by the way. But I do have the link if you want to use your microphone and your video camera, if you want to chat live here, by the way. So you can do that. I can send you the link, and um, and you can talk with me and everyone in the room, just in case. Um, well, Sheridan, I think there was a couple of people that died that were around 30 something years old. So I think that the problem will be if you have a really low immune system. For instance, I will be vulnerable because I have a small anemia, or like starting to have an anemia. That's something normal. I mean, every time that like I'm trying to get my red blood cells up, it's really difficult for me. So I'm always like in pills, like trying to get ferrum and trying to like keep it up. But it was difficult. So, for instance, I know that I will be a vulnerable um, person in this case. Beto, Beto, Beto. So, anyway, guys, how are you? Let me know. What were you doing before you came here with me? There is something that you want to mention? I mean, I have two topics that I posted like on the title, but you know me. If you want to talk about anything else, yes, exactly. And you know what? I don't really want to like go ahead and have like a conspiracy theory about this, but I just think that they're just trying to wipe off all of the old people around. Okay, which are the good news, Beto? That will be a good thing to listen to. What? Tell me. You haven't been posting anything, right? I haven't seen any segment of yours. I don't know. You can tell me what's going on. Because you're telling me, guess what? I don't know. Okay. I mean, you already posted? You have it already? Okay, by the way, I'm just going to um Okay, this is the link. Okay. Okay, I'm going to see it right away after I finish this. So, unless you want to be live, I'm going to post. I'm going to post the link. That's the link if you want to be live. Open your camera. Hey, Chicano, how are you? Welcome back. Thank you for being in the live stream. So, if you want, I have the link there in StreamYard. You have to register, and then you can come here live with me. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's a good thing to know, Beto. That's great to know as well, Chicano. It's great to know. I'm glad that you are able to get a car, by the way, Beto. It's good. So, as I said, I have a couple of topics that I wanted to talk about. If you want me to talk about them, it's fine. Else, we can talk about different things. That's what Beto is saying. Beto, don't be lying to people in the live stream. You shouldn't be saying that. By the way, Chicano was part of the live stream that I was talking um, to about the ghost stories, and Beto was one of the people that were talking. I'm just joking, Beto. We're just joking. Don't worry about it. I'm not upset. We're just joking here. Don't worry about it. So Beto has also talked to me about ghost stories. So it was like a really fun live to talk about. Sheraton. um, wow. I have been married once, and I already divorced. But thank you. It would be nice if you offer yourself for being a best man, but I don't think it will be in any time soon. So, but thank you for the offering, by the way. Really? What happened? Chicano, by the way, I think Sheraton already knows, but by the way, Beto feels or have like this like extra sensitive, let's say. Well, he sense ghosts. So Beto, please, please do tell us your story. If anyone needs a godfather or a godson, I'll be there. Well, I will be write that down for my kid. I'll have it. I will have it in mind. Oh, I again, Beto. Again, he came close to your bed and then you asked him to go away. Did did this ghost said something like, I don't know. Yes, exactly. Did he said or she said something? I know if it might be creepy thinking about it, you know. Ugh. Wow. Do you remember what he or she said? Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know if that's okay for you to tell the story about. I mean, sorry, not to tell the story. What am I talking about? It's like to tell them part of your story or part of what you are. Oh, it's fine, Beto. If you want to get online on the StreamYard and if you want to talk live, it's fine. You can also do it with the link that I sent you, by the way. Of course, it should be really scary. I mean, believe it or not, if you are like in your sleep and then feeling that someone is sitting next to you and that's it. Like you're like, why are you here if I'm by myself in my house? I'm guessing it's like, do you see it like you can see that person's face, Beto? It's like you can see it. I mean, because you're mentioning that it was an elder, so that means that you could see that it was an older guy. And don't worry, take your time. Take your time to say what you need to say, by the way. Have you ever felt that you do something and they will come like more often than other times? I mean, is that happens? I don't know how to ask this. Is it happened to you like every single day? Like every day you have the same kind of experience? And I know you should be hating it because you know that you have this life and then you just want to just do your stuff and that's it. And then you see someone that it's coming closer to you that doesn't have like any physical presence. I'm wondering, I'm wondering what triggers you to feel that. I'm wondering what are you doing before this happens, because it might be something that maybe impressed you over the day and that's why it happens at night. When God removes it, it means it's something evil or bad intent. It could be, definitely it could be. But I will tell you that I will kill this sensation if it happens to my kid. I mean, you wouldn't be able to kill it because you're if your kids already have this like extrasensorial feeling, like something that you cannot control in them, because they said as a folklore that kids are the ones that are feeling the ghosts or are the ones that have like this like extra sensitive. One time I got super high and talked to what I thought was God and the evil. So do you remember what you talked to them, Chicano? Okay, so you need to get the link. I think I posted a while ago, but let me copy it again. So the thing is that you have to be in a computer, I guess. I don't think you have to be in your cell phone, but in a computer. So you get it with this link, then you send me the well, I'm sending you the invitation. You have to accept it, and then I will link you here, like next to me, so you can start talking. So it will be easier if you want. Oh, that's good. That's good. I mean, even if it was like you were high and that's something that you believed that happened, which is great. I mean, you have that sense of having someone like on top, like it was a god that was defending you, let's say, because I don't know what the evil was telling you at that moment. I don't know. Beto, I don't know if it works in your phone. You can try. I'll still be here in the live chat if you can do it. I don't think it will work with the StreamYard, doing it on your cell phone, but you can definitely try. I looked away to the ground, and the evil told me not to listen to him and that he can give me what I want. How old were you when you had this experience? Because we have this so-called like information regarding to being good and being bad, right? So this is how it is. You have it there, and you know that the God, God will be telling you good things, and the evil will be telling you bad things. So we have this in mind, and that's something that has been since we were really young, coming from our parents. I don't remember having any experience when I was younger, apart from when people were dying that I could felt. Those were the only times. I was like 16. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I never believed in existence of God, of evil, of devil, and I still don't. So I might think that something triggered you unconsciously. Maybe it was something that came from your, I don't know, when you were really young. The typical when you're like 5 or 6 years old, and your parents are telling you this is good, this is bad, there is a God, and there is evil everywhere, etc., etc., right? And yes, you can tell that that's like part of what happened. Of course, I will watch it. Just let me finish the live and I'll watch it. Don't worry about it. I will have it on my subscription feed, so I will definitely go and watch it. Yes, 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 yes. I think it was that. That's how the brain works, and it's so amazing. We don't know how the brain actually is working. And for instance, Beto is telling that he is like feeling ghosts. We don't know how much of the brain Beto is using for that. And maybe there is something that we need to still like develop to be able to do that. I mean, to physically feel a ghost, or to, well, not feel physically, but maybe like understand that they're around us if there is that case, or if there is something else, because we actually don't know. Maybe what he's looking at is another civilization that are just walking around us in a different dimension. And that's why they're asking his name, but he's thinking that that this person, or that this entity is a ghost, but maybe it's not a ghost. Maybe it's just another civilization. I I don't know. I am not sure, but maybe. I might be wrong, but your experience might have opened a door to good and evil. And there is always a battle going on for your eternal soul. You don't normally see it. Wow, that's a good comment. Oh, the hardest thing is to remove our demons, even if it bothers us. Okay, guys, I will have to leave you for a bit, okay? I am just listening my kid crying, okay? I'm going to leave you for a bit, okay? If you want to stay for a while here in the chat, I'll be right back, okay? Hey guys, I'm so sorry to leave you for a little bit. Um, my kid just woke up and I had to give him his milk bottle and give him a diaper change and then went back to bed. So I'm sorry about that. So let me check. Hi, Nicholas. Hello. What are you talking about? Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I just lost it for a little bit. By the way, I think I already sent the invitation, but just in case I'm going to send it again. Let me put it here. Okay. Oh. Hello. Hi. Hi guys. Hi Nicholas. What are you talking about right now? I'm so sorry. As I said, I had to just move a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry, Nicholas. You're already in the stream. Hey, how are
Surprise.
you? Hello. Hi,
How you
my
doing?
friend. I'm fine. I'm fine, thank you. Just have to move for a while because I have my kid like he woke up and he was crying. And that's why I
Uh,
have to just leave you all.
I understand. Yeah, I was working on something else anyway, so that didn't bother me too much. You're looking great. You look very healthy. You don't have a
Thank
flu, I
you.
can tell.
Not for a, I mean, it's been a while, but I think I was a little bit sick. I think it was last week and I wasn't feeling very well, but it didn't develop as a flu. So that's how it is here. That's the problem,
Okay.
that we have different kind of viruses, but they were attacked. Let's say that they were attacked the throat, like
Oh, okay.
now.
Yeah.
So it won't attack you like it's with a fever or you are like, I don't know. I mean, right now I'm sweating. It's because of the weather,
Right.
but it's just that it's like the throat. The throat is bothering me. So what were
Well,
you guys?
sore throat was one of the symptoms for the coronavirus, but if you don't have pneumonia, you're probably okay. But that's the
Yeah.
thing. Is it they've got us so hyped up about all of this that
Mm,
it's flu season. I don't know about where you are in Ecuador, but
same,
oh, okay,
same.
yeah, yeah. And so everybody's getting sick anyway. I was sick a couple weeks ago, and everybody's getting sick anyway, and it's just hard not to think of the coronavirus.
Exactly. And for instance, right now I am, as I said, I am in a project that I'm working with Chinese people, and our CEO is not letting any Chinese like to get close to us, even if they're only having like some sort of flu or
Oh yeah,
cough
yeah,
or
yeah.
anything. Like he doesn't want anyone to be getting closer to us because that's going to be, I don't know, we
Well,
will sue them for
I've been very
sure.
close to Chinese people and also farmer and anybody that's working with animals. A lot of times they can pass things on to you, and children.
Oh
Children are
wow.
really bad for passing things on.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I didn't want to like to mention as a conspiracy theory, but I think it has to be something. I mean, this virus is completely different from everything that we know. I don't know if that's the case or not. Maybe you have
It's
another
yeah,
story.
it's not. I don't think really. Like if we're to trust what the news is telling us, then yes, it is a novel coronavirus, but it's not unlike anything. We have this sort of thing all the time. And the reason why it has affected us and spread so quickly is because it is novel. But it is the same thing as SARS, like H1N1, that sort of thing. And the death rates are probably a lot lower. It's actually
Yeah,
probably a less,
exactly.
yeah. But
Exactly.
it is freaky at how many people seem to be sick lately. And if you've heard about what happened in Italy lately, it's very
I mean,
scary.
completely closed.
Yeah, yeah,
Italy's completely closed. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nicholas. I'm just going to
yeah,
interrupt
yeah.
you. I'm just going to read what Sheraton said. Mama, you're not really sweating. I am. I am, definitely. At least very mildly. Yes, it is mildly, but everything is closed here. When I'm sweating, I'm almost drowned. Okay. What did Beto said? So the reason for the chicken thrown at us were I don't know the story. I wasn't here, so I'm guessing that the guys are talking something specific. I'm going to read it Beto later on, but if you lower your AK, I don't know what is exactly. I mean, I wasn't here in the story. I'm guessing I need to like check it out later. But yeah, talking about the coronavirus, it's. I mean, it's been so crazy how the story has been developing, and since it started, everyone has been like focusing on that, and it just reminds us of how the late president, well, it's not dead, but the ex-president from Ecuador um, was trying to hide what he was doing with the mafia and the cartel by just hiding things. It was just trying to get something else like in front, like having the news cover something different. And while he was just doing something else. So I don't think that it's this. I mean, what's happening? I don't know. What do you think? Military training. Okay.
I'm not sure if you're talking to them or talking to
No,
me.
I'm talking to you because I don't know what
Oh,
the guys are talking about because they're like military training. That's what Beto said. I hate sleep. Okay. I don't know what they're talking about. You have to explain it to me, Beto. But anyways, we were talking about the coronavirus, so I'm just not sure if they're just trying to make it as this is the worst thing that it's happening, but there is something else underneath that no one knows. And certain countries, they just want to like block from the media.
right, right. Well, I think it could be very easy to get into a conspiracy about all of this, but to be honest, I think that we will know in a couple months because we should, if this is the level that it's at in Italy right now, then we should expect in 2 or 3 months for it to die down if it's similar to what's going on in China. And so if it doesn't follow that timeline, then that might suggest that there's something else going on there. But I think that a lot of people are sort of playing with us and getting us very, very apprehensive and excited about this. And I don't think it's that big of an issue.
Yes, exactly. It's just like a flu. And
Yeah.
everyone is just like buying things and I don't know, like getting too upset.
Yeah, I
And
saw a video of a couple fist fights over toilet paper in the States. Yeah.
why? I mean, it's like in here, like the masks. Everyone is just like running around to the pharmacies, and there wasn't any alcohol, like
No.
the one to like put in your hands, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I mean, not alcohol to drink, but we call it here alcohol. I don't
Yep,
know.
rubbing alcohol, yeah.
Yeah, rubbing alcohol. Vitamin C. We run out of vitamin C
Okay.
the day that the first case was set here in Ecuador, and the masks. We ran out of it. Those three things.
That's interesting, yeah. And I don't think that I don't think that vitamin C is going to make the difference. I don't think it's bad to have vitamin C, but I'd probably be if I really thought that the world was coming to an end, I'd probably be more worried about stocking up on water, that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Look, Chicano is saying, I wonder how people will get food if individual cities will be quarantined. I'm guessing that the country must provide that city. I'm guessing
Yeah.
it
There
has
there
to.
there'd be international outcry if they were allowed to, like, if people were starving in the cities, they would definitely be facilitating all of that. And I don't know about Ecuador because that's so far away, but I again am just really confident that if anything got really bad in the states would just take that as an opportunity to build up some good karma by helping us out. So I think I'm
Exactly.
really safe. Yeah.
But in here, mm, we know that we don't have the best hospitals. And the worst thing is that the let's say the patient zero for the coronavirus here was traveling around the country because she is an older person, and I'm guessing that her family wanted to take her around, and she went through different cities, and that's why several people got infected.
Oh, that's rough.
So that yes, she was visiting every point of the map in Ecuador because she had family, and I'm guessing it's because she is old, like she's 71, and
Right.
she's still in a critical condition. So, okay. So Sheraton said, I think it's very strange with the long period every country had to prepare. They don't seem to take it very seriously, and then it's too late. It's very strange. It is. It is. I think in every single country they have had lots of time to prepare, and they just left it, just like the B1H1 and the SARS and the MERS. They just letting it to go. I'm guessing. So he said it's stupid. Beto is saying it's stupid. It's all a hype agenda 21. Also moving for cashless society. Um, I'm guessing that you're mentioning because all of this is going to affect us, like for the third world countries. Um, and it's like improving. I mean, I think it's making the economy to move. I'm guessing, but in a
Yeah.
bad way.
Yeah, exactly. I think that this is really going to cause a lot of wealth redistribution for the upper class. I think that people that are intelligent in investment are going to know that everything's going to go down for a while, and then you can
Exactly.
buy when it's low. And as long as you're comfortable enough that you can ride out a couple of years in case that happens, you can stand to make a lot of money off of this. This is, like Trump said, the stock market is looking very good to me.
Yes, and that's why the conspiracy theories comes ahead, right? It's like if
I
this,
was
uh-huh.
I was thinking today about how we've been waiting for a market correction for about 6 years. Like we've been waiting for a long time. All the
Hmm.
economic specialists have been saying, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. And
And
this
this
is
is the time.
exactly, yeah, this is exactly the sort of thing that could tip it over on purpose.
Yes, yes, it could be. It could be. And Beto is investing in Nestle already. Of course. I think everyone needs to be investing right now. This is the time. I don't know how to invest in Wall Street, but I should be checking on that as well. So Chicano is saying, I don't know why people are overreacting. The chance of dying from the coronavirus is very, very low, unless that person is not in good condition. It's true. It's true. And everyone is just like hyped. It's like, oh, I need to take care of it. This is like a zombie outbreak. I've been hearing that for a while.
I've been in the mood to watch 28 Days Later recently. Do you remember that
Yeah.
film? Did you ever see that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they have two or three movies that are coming. Like it's like I don't know if it's a trilogy or it's like two movies. Like I don't know the name. It's like 28
28
days.
days later and
And
28 weeks later. And
exact.
then there was supposed to be a 28 months later, but as far as I know, they never made that one.
Yeah, but there is like a trilogy around that.
Oh,
And
is
then
there a third one?
I don't I mean I haven't seen it, but I don't know if it is. But I have seen that they wanted to do one, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just Googled it. It looks like they had planned on 28 months
Mhm.
later, but 28 weeks later was in 2007. So that's a long time ago.
Yeah, that was really scary, those ones. Oh, okay. Okay, Sheraton is saying, Mom, I'm sorry, I need to go. See you soon, I hope. And also see you, Beto, Chicano, and Nicholas. Have a good night. Thank you, Sheraton. I hope you have a good night as well. Please come back if you want to the live chat.
Cheers, Sharon.
This Beto is saying Nestle is buying water. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He's right there. We've got water shortages happening all over the world, and Nestle does buy it and sell it. That's right. But I think the oversight there is going to be desalinization, which is removing salt from seawater. I think that will be a technology that becomes economically feasible very quickly, and then any investments in natural water will go way down.
Yeah, but that's a good plan, Beto. That's a good plan, right? Okay, so Chicana saying 28 Days Later was a good movie. Scared the hell out of me when one infected broke through the window. It was really scary. It is.
I really love the theme song for that series, which is in a house in a heartbeat.
Okay. I don't remember
It's
the
it's a
song.
crescendo, so it's like dun 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 dun
Okay,
dun.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was scary. I just remember it was scary when I was looking at this movie. I love to watch like scary movies, turned off the lights and watch it. Even though it's going to be scaring hell, but just watching it like that. Okay, so Betty's saying, okay, who is doing that? You mean buying next Nestle? Like you want to invest? I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, Beto, but if you're mentioning about Nestle, I don't think that I will be investing in that. I mean, I don't know if I should invest in Wall Street. Have you invested in Wall Street, Nicholas?
no, I've been very poor all my life.
Same old, same old. Just the same here. So I don't think I will be able to invest in. I mean, even if it goes down, what? I think it has to be like a minimum. Just invest. I'm guessing. So, Nicholas, you have been missing some live streams, and we were talking about ghosts, by the way, before.
Right, I overheard you mention that a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Mm-mm.
by the way, you finally mentioned somebody that I know in one of your videos. That Shenny for Christ. I don't know her well, but I know her husband.
But I mean, you know him physically, or you know
No,
him
no,
as a
I
YouTuber?
know him. I know him over the internet from the Great Debate community. If you know what that is.
Okay. No, I don't. I'm not following them, to be
Okay,
honest.
that's a debate community, basically between mainly atheists and Christians, but basically amongst various faiths and
Mm-hmm.
various kinds of atheists, and just
Okay.
generally a debating community.
And
Uh,
I'm guessing he's the one that is religious, right?
yeah, he's a Christian of some kind. Yeah.
Such a hypocrite, to be honest. Such a hypocrite. I mean,
Yeah, I don't keep up with what they've been up to, but I know that they have a lot of troubles in their life. Yeah.
I haven't actually seen their videos. I have seen reaction channels and Twitter like posting different videos. Shani for Christ is, I'm guessing, Shannon, that's her name, being married to this guy. So she is the one that is also being target because she is being really, let's say that she is blaming the whole internet and blaming the reaction channels for her children's mental health, I think, and for her being that way. And she was even mocking someone that passed away and that was, I don't know, I think it was bullying her. I actually don't know the story, but seeing someone that is supposedly religious and laughing that someone passed,
Right.
that's really something.
Yeah, yeah, it's a shame because a lot of times when like I'm not a Christian, but it's a shame when people say they're a Christian and then behave that way because it seems like a reason to believe that Christianity is false and it's not. It's just a reason
Exactly.
to believe they're a crappy individual. Yeah.
Exactly. They cannot cover that. So Beto is saying, I live in Texas and our aquifers are great, but where do you get that idea? Nicholas, who is purifying water?
It's not economically feasible right now for desalinization, but if you want to look at the sort of projects that have been developed, you can look at Bill Gates and his work in Africa. He's definitely been working on that problem. And just like the carbon filter systems for our atmosphere, That's just a matter of when is the market behind it. It's just when we need it, it will be there.
That's great. That's great. Okay, let me check what else. Okay, we were talking about okay, Shiny for Christ. Yes, and that was the story. I don't know if you know about the reaction channel that I mentioned. That was Irate Alex. He
No, I'm
did
not familiar with that.
okay. He did like a 1 hour documentary from them. I mean about them because they at the moment that this YouTuber did a reaction channel. Well, I'm sorry, a reaction video against Shiny for Christ, calling her out. She did a live stream saying that he was a pedo enabler. So that was a really harsh comment to someone that you don't know.
Yeah.
So
Did she have a reason behind that?
no, no, actually, don't think so because they don't know each other. So I mean, I am not defending anyone, but you can definitely tell how um, how this person is. By the way,
Yeah.
Beto is saying, by the way, hi, Nicholas.
Hi, Beta. Nice to meet you.
So, yeah, that's why I was talking about them. But actually, I was just like focusing on Foodie Beauty because she is like, I think, the mastermind of all of that. But Shani for Christ or Shani for Satan, that all the reaction channels have put it her like that. She's something. She's something. There's so
it,
many
it's
people
it's
around.
we're in a really sad time because people don't realize how permanent the internet is. And so all of this personal drama is getting thrown up on there and people don't know how to address it or deal with it. And they're never going to live this down. Like their faces are going to be on this for the rest of their lives. I think
Exactly.
I think about what's the guy that runs Mark Zuckerberg? He runs Facebook, right? And often people think of people like that as being really powerful. But if you think about it, everybody knows Mark Zuckerberg's name and his face. So if he was usurped, if he no longer had the power of Facebook behind him, people could attach all kinds of things to him and he wouldn't be able to fight back. Like it must be terrifying to be that famous.
Exactly. And you cannot be doing anything because anyone can be like, "Oh, I saw you here, and you're doing this, and you're doing there, and whatever thing, you know."
That's right. Yeah. You scratch your crotch a little bit too long on the bus.
Mm. It said here, my scariest of all time was in Mexico, and it was very terrifying. Um, what are you talking about, Beto? Are you talking about the ghost story, by the way? I don't know exactly what you're talking about. So yeah, those are all of these problems are coming in from all of the people that are posting their own drama, and there are so many people posting that over the internet, which is kind of crazy, you know. And
Yeah. I can tell you how it tends to happen too. I think a lot of times people build up businesses or communities, and for them, that replaces their ability to make money in their personal lives or their ability to have friends and social relationships in their personal lives. And so they become so invested in that internet image that it makes them desperate and they do really silly things to try to defend themselves. And it's like being in a cobweb, you just get more wrapped up in it.
yeah, but they're going like into the dark side, you know.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
they go, what they want is like they want views in this case, right? Or they want to be popular, so they're
yeah,
trying to show their lives, and it's like I think it will be like a normal fight, for instance, if you're showing that a fight, but it's something that will stay in the internet as the way you say it is going to be there, and everyone can access that, and
yeah.
that's the scary thing, you know.
I think of how much I've changed in just the last 5 years and how much it would hurt to be just tied to previous mistakes. Not that I've made any really big ones or anything, but just having that on the internet, like even just having a bad relationship on the internet.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
mean, everyone will get that information out of you.
yeah,
Everyone will get that information out of you. Okay, so Beto is saying, I was in my room and an old lady came and passed by my hallway. She looked at me and just kept walking. But she did look at me. I'm guessing that Beto is telling about a ghost story
sure, yeah,
because
yeah.
he Beto is the type of person that can sense ghosts. That's what he says.
Okay,
So one of the stories is the one that he just posted, and he already said that 3 days ago he felt someone that came to his bed, sat down, and asked for his name, and he just like tell him to go away, and that's it. I mean, I haven't felt that experience, but I don't know exactly how should I feel if I felt that.
I would probably respond with religious authority. um, yeah, Beto, if you don't want these people around, then I would definitely forcefully tell them that you don't want them around. I was listening to what you said earlier about children and that being sort of in the mythology, and I think that there's something to that. You know, I don't necessarily buy into there being ghosts walking around or anything, but when someone is reporting experiences, I try to honestly listen because I think
Mhm.
there are some people that talk about ghost stories and they're just trying to get views and that sort of thing. But I think there are some people honestly reporting their experiences. And I think that children are really open in a way that adults are not. And if anybody wants to see an example of that, I would just try talking to an academic, somebody that's gone to college and gotten like a doctorate in something. They are so friggin' close minded. Like you could talk to them about everyday common sense things and they are just blind to it. Because I think part of becoming an adult is crystallizing and becoming blind. And you can't
Exactly.
change that. Yeah.
It's because we just tend to go like in a routine. That we tend to do this and this and this. And when you're a kid, when you're a child, then you don't have actually something to go ahead and do. Like you
Yeah.
just have to be a child. That's it. You
Yeah.
can do anything, and your mind is like open. It's completely open to everything, and that's why I'm guessing that's why. I was also saying, and I don't have exactly the knowledge to even mention this, but maybe we're saying that it's a ghost, but we don't know how our brain works. Maybe what Beto is seeing, it's part of another dimension and another entity. It's maybe part of another civilization that is around, and he is able to like looking and talking to these people that we cannot do that. I don't know if you get my point, but that's like
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
like it's another dimension around, like
Yeah.
in the same part that we are here.
Have you ever read H.P. Lovecraft or seen the movie From Beyond?
No, I haven't.
No, I don't think. I think it might get your YouTube channel in trouble if we did it on your YouTube. But we should have a movie night together sometime and watch that. I've never seen the film, but it's
Okay.
about exactly what you're talking about. Is
Okay.
it's based on an old H.P. Lovecraft story, and they have this machine that they turn on, and it activates your pineal gland, and so you start being aware of this other realm, and they do a really good
Wow.
job of describing it and comparing it to things like children and schizophrenics that makes it really believable and sci-fi. But it is, just to warn you, it's sort of a gross effects film as well. So,
Wow.
so there might be some scenes that you don't want to look at because of the effects. But
Okay.
if you want to
Well,
watch that with me, we could watch that together sometime.
that will be great. That will
Oh,
be great. We can see it. We need to search for it, by the way. You can send me the name and I can see it, and then I can like have it already.
yeah,
Download it.
I'm guessing that it's going to be on YouTube just because it's an older movie and YouTube's not very good.
Or else I can just download it. In here it doesn't have anything to do with the copyright or we can, what's this called? We can just download pirate movies. We call it here, by the
Right.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
we'd have to do that or watch it on a like some sort of a video streaming service because yeah, I just checked and it looks like it's not on. It's not in
you
Italian, but it's not in English full on YouTube.
okay? Okay. Well, you can put the name of the From Beyond you mentioned.
Yep, yeah. I'll just write it in there.
Beyond. Okay. Let's see.
I'll put it in the ear as well.
Okay, so Beto is saying I also had a time when an old phone box with my phone in it rang, and it was at a time when a friend of the family died at the same time. Okay, but that phone was connected. Maybe I was saying something and Beto was correcting me. It might be Beto. Okay, I'm just going to get the name of the movie. I'm going to leave it for me to check if I can get it from the web pages that I usually download movies.
Don't watch it without me. I haven't seen it. I'd really like to see it.
If I get to download it, I will let you know. Definitely will let you know.
Great.
Yes. So what we're talking about? Okay. So that's the thing that. Okay, no phone was off. Okay, I'm trying to understand. You said that an old phone rang. It wasn't connected. Because that I also had a time when an old phone box with my phone in it rang. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. And it was a time when a friend of the family died at the same time. Okay, so no, phone was off, so that means that it wasn't connected or it wasn't like available. It didn't have any line. Okay, so it was turned. Okay, it was turned off. Oh, oh,
I imagine that the device would keep that data, but I'm kind of curious if there was a spirit, if the spirit would like change the data as well to make you look crazy. Because if these ghosts are really doing things to mess with people, they seem to be avoiding detection, right? They seem to be avoiding being like confirmed.
mm-hmm.
And so I wonder, if they make footsteps disappear or something like that, if they would make data alter so it was like, oh no, your phone was on the whole time. It's like, no, I know it wasn't.
Wow, but I mean, I don't know if that will be like, I mean, we're not dead, so we don't know exactly what's going on. So it's like maybe there's some sort of a line or a limit from them to connect to us and just to let us know that they are around. But they have to actually delete the evidence. Or maybe the evidence wasn't there. Like it wasn't even recorded. Maybe it was only in our imagination.
Sure, yeah, like
And
just
they
access it
created,
directly.
yes, even though we heard in this case, Beto heard the sound of the phone ringing, but it wasn't ringing. It was only them messing with our heads.
What would be really interesting is if multiple people heard it ringing, but it didn't really ring. That would be really interesting.
Yes. Okay, Beto said, I think it was her way to say goodbye. Wow. Wow, that's heartbreaking. And as I said, maybe it's not that it's happening. Maybe it's not that the phone is ringing. Maybe it's not something that we're seeing like levitating or or whatever thing. Maybe it's our mind that is being tricked just to see that. But there must be something that is triggering what's going on in our brains. You know, that's what I think.
There's definitely something going on with that and with UFOs that's not just single people, because the way that it rises up independently in cultures,
Mm-hmm.
uh, that can't be explained by somebody has the idea of Roswell. these things are common experiences that people have had in every culture. There's something universal about it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's just like the stories that I was telling the guys before. It was like 2 or 3 lives before this one, and then we were talking about ghost stories, and I was telling them my stories because I have had some that have happened to me when I was really young, maybe 23 years old. So it's like something that can happen to you even though you weren't expecting that. So Betty's saying I still cry right now and gives me chills. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Beto. I'm so sorry for your loss, by the way. It must be a really like close um, friend in this case. As I said, I don't have any explanation like certain to say that that happened. Maybe it was in your mind as well. So it's like you heard it, or maybe she was there and make you heard it, but it never happened. And that's something that, and that's how this ghost or entity wouldn't leave any evidence. It would be only in your brain. You thought that you heard it, but it wasn't. I hope that you get my point.
And if it was your friend, she wouldn't want you to be sad or afraid.
Of course, of course. I mean, you don't actually know um, how people want to like, I don't know, like contact you if you were really close to them when they passed. Um, it says, I have seen amazing vessels in Monterrey, Mexico, UFOs, and I have seen UFOs in Texas. I haven't seen any UFOs. Have you seen one, Nicholas?
I saw something when I was very, very young, but I think that it was probably more a trick of my mind and a shooting star in combination than an actual
Mm.
sighting. But yeah, like I said earlier, I definitely looked into the UFOlogy thing, and I do think that there are aspects of people just out there deceiving people, trying to get famous, trying to get money, that sort of thing. But I also do see people that are true believers that are honestly really trying to report their experiences. And I don't necessarily take that to mean that those are actually aliens, but I certainly believe their experiences. And I certainly also believe that at least the United States government and probably various governments have been experimenting with secret craft. And you're going to see that as well.
That was really funny though. I think it was like maybe on September that they were trying to get this like boycott to the Area 51. I
Oh,
think.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was in September, right?
I,
That
I, I don't remember the exact month, but yeah, I remember that idiocy. And I was like, that's such a bad idea on so many levels.
yes, exactly. Especially because it's just like a place where it's like far off from the cities. I'm guessing, and you're going to go there in the middle of nowhere. What are you going to? What do you expect to find? UFOs running around?
No, there's a military base there. So
Yes, but
what they would find is military resistance.
yes, exactly. But I'm guessing that they were just like wanted to find like a museum, like to have all of these like big UFOs around.
Yeah, I think they thought that, or at least some of them amongst the group. I think there was sort of three categories. I think there were some true believers there that really did think that if enough of them showed up, that this disclosure that they've been waiting to happen for so many decades is finally going to happen. I think that there was another group which is just partying, and I think there's another group that is trying to get people really excited and trying to get riots going and stuff. And so yeah, but the best that would have happened, I think, would have been some sort of a not a highly visual way of deterrence. So like my guess was they were just going to aim like sonic technology at the people. So it would be enough to cause permanent hearing loss and pain and drive
Wow.
people back, but it wouldn't show up on a camera, right?
Of course, they were
Yeah.
just like going to disappear. That kind of stuff. It's like nothing happened.
Well, yeah, people would say, yeah, they did use sonic technology, but we were just trying to find the most peaceful way of repelling, and it doesn't show up on camera that it's like literally destroying your eardrums, so it doesn't look too violent.
Exactly. Okay, Beto is saying God can take my life, but I have seen them. I'm guessing the UFOs. And Beto is also saying, Nicholas, I love Ben Shapiro, the Kennedy family, and the good people of the world.
Okay, I'm not sure. Maybe he's assuming I'm American. I also love Ben Shapiro. I think that John F. Kennedy was a very charismatic guy, but maybe not a very good one. And yeah, the good people of the world, I also share a love for.
What are you guys talking about? I don't know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
don't know why he brought those up either, but Ben Shapiro is a an American political commentator. He's a conservative, and I think he's one of the best people to listen to if you really want to know what's going on.
Okay, good to know. Well, the Kennedy family as well. Oh, maybe because we were talking about the Area 51. Um,
Ben Shapiro wouldn't be in that camp though, unless it's a different Ben Shapiro.
no, but meaning that we were like mentioning something about the Area 51, which means that we are saying something against the government of the United
Oh,
States.
okay, I see.
So
Okay.
I'm going like ahead of the picture, but I know Beto knows that I'm not from that country, and I don't know if he knows that you're not from that country as well. So we're not from the United States, by the way. Beto is, not us. So Beto is saying the Kennedy people were badass. Okay.
It depends on what you value in terms of being politicians. They are brilliant politicians, very very effective at what they do.
But tragic family.
Yeah,
Everything was just like tragic with them.
tragic and also kind of horrible. Like, which Kennedy was it that left that one woman at the bottom of the lake or whatever? Did you hear about
Mm-mm.
that car crash?
No.
Um, he basically he was drinking and driving. He was a horrible alcoholic, and he had a woman in the car with him, and they
Okay.
ended up, I think, driving off a bridge or something into some water, and the car
Okay.
crashed into the water, and he swam away and
And
went
she
went
was
and went home, and then passed out, and then called the police the next day. And apparently there was an air pocket in the car. So if he had just gone and called the police right away, that they may have been able to save her.
wow.
So the Kennedys, in terms of moral character, I don't think I have a lot of respect for them there. But in terms of them being successful politicians, yeah, they're great.
Okay. Okay, so he's saying no, Ben Shapiro simply is amazing.
That's
That's what
right.
Beto said. And he said, yes, politician, that's why they killed them all. That's what he said. And he's saying Ted Kennedy.
Ah, yes, Ted Kennedy. That sounds right. Sure. Yep.
Okay, you're more into politics than me. I'm just like, I mean, I know about the Kennedy family and I haven't even followed too much of the Kennedy after John F. Kennedy. And that was it for me. I'm sorry if I cannot give you more insight of that part. I'm sorry, Beto.
I think that politics are kind of addicting. And I think, like, there was definitely a period in my time when I was spending too much time investigating politics because, like I said, I don't have a lot of effect on them. So I can get very upset about things that I have no effect on and have little effect on me.
Yeah.
But I've backed off a little bit, and I do find it really interesting. And it does help in some ways. You see certain things coming that you wouldn't see otherwise.
Exactly. I mean, it depends. You have to understand it to see to see the history and see how it
Yeah,
will be evolving into how politics are now and why Trump is where it is now,
right, right.
right?
Yep.
So Beto is saying they were the Emerald family, the Kennedys.
Yeah, they were basically the American royal family. Yeah.
Mm-mm. So Beto is saying, ask me anything. So you want to ask him something, Nicholas, by the way?
uh, what is his theory on who shot Kennedy?
Okay, let's see if he answers. Well, it's taking him a while. I sent the link a while ago, but I think he's on his phone. That's why he cannot like get online. I don't know if
Okay.
if this can work in a phone.
I think it can. I think, yeah, I've talked to people that have used it with their phones, but I think it tends to drop on them a lot. So it's easier if you can use a desktop, but I think it does work with mobile devices as well.
Okay, I don't know if he tried, but I left the I left the link by the way. So I don't know. Let's see if he answers. Okay, he said Kennedy family came from whiskey, and the CIA killed him.
Oh, okay. And why did the CIA kill him, Beto?
Wow, that's like a really conspiracy theory there.
It's the most popular one.
Hmm.
Because he was Catholic? They killed him because he was Catholic? He wasn't a very good Catholic.
Um. No, I don't think so. Well, that's my thought. Being a Catholic won't make you want to kill someone.
No. He was a Catholic. John F. Kennedy was a Catholic.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't think that being a Catholic will make you being like a target. For what? For what specific? I mean, what will be in 1960? When was
Yep.
he was killed?
It would have been like 63 or 66 or something like that.
Okay. Okay, he's saying he and his brother slept with models.
Yeah, 63. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's right. They did. Yeah, including Marilyn Monroe, apparently. Yeah.
yes, exactly. But what will that be? I mean, the motivation to kill someone is like, okay, because he was Catholic, and then everything, like all of his sins, will be like out, like to the public, and that's why they wanted to like to cover the steps. That's why maybe Beto thinks that it was because it was Catholic. I
The CIA doesn't
so.
really have a history of defending Catholics.
Oh, he said he was not a
Oh,
part
okay.
of the Illuminati.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Well,
that comes like the conspiracy theories. That's what.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's lots of information online that can send you down that path that you think that the states is run by the Illuminati. And I think part of the reason why there's so much material on that is that people realize that there is power to conspiracy. If I convince you that there's this organization called the Illuminati that I know about and I'm in with, that controls the world and controls these great worldly events like the shooting of JFK, then that alone gives me power. Just your belief in that gives me power. And it doesn't even
Exactly. You are creating someone to fear
Yeah.
you because of what you just said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it said, Beto said, they killed his entire family, all of them, including pregnancy. Okay. So that means that there was an abortion. Someone aborted. Well, it's true. His family was completely alienated. Like, in the time, throughout the time. But who is left? No one, right? Or there is someone left from that family?
Yeah. Lots of them, I think.
But I'm mentioning about like the direct family from them. I think not. Like everyone was just like passing away, like let's say mysteriously. So Beto is saying fear is part of the Illuminati. It is. I think everything has to be built based in fear. You see, it says no, they killed them all. No bloodlines left. At least the direct family was killed. I knew that.
Joseph Kennedy and his daughter Rose Kennedy, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. They're a direct family from them.
I don't. Oh, here's a. uh, okay, I can't understand this.
Okay.
Okay, so Joseph Patrick III is the son of Joseph Patrick II, who's the son of
Okay.
Ethel and Robert Francis. I don't know. I haven't studied the Kennedys too much.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the direct part of the family, like the direct bloodline from the Kennedy, was completely killed. I know that. It wasn't killed like at that same time, but it was being done like in a really, I don't, measured up time. I know about that because I knew, because I was just like watching the news every time there was like, oh, there is a new Kennedy dying. There is a new Kennedy dying, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know if that has to do with the Illuminati. I don't feel that it, I don't know, there must be something like underneath that. Someone needed to take John F. Kennedy out of the picture because he knew something that maybe he was about to release. And the only way to silence him, maybe he didn't accept any money, just to kill him. That's it. I am guessing. Again, this is just a theory. I don't know much of the story. If there is something that, if there is someone that have been saying the story about the Kennedy family, maybe there is something else that I don't know about. You know something about that, Nicholas?
Sorry, I missed what you just said. Could you repeat that?
No, what I said is like maybe there is something that has to do with the fact that John F. Kennedy knew something and he couldn't be silent. And maybe he didn't accept any money and he was going to release it to the public. And the only way at that time to silence someone was to kill them. And
Well,
maybe it's just like the cartel here. If you don't pay them, then you will get killed and your family will get killed, and the relatives and acquaintances that you know will get killed as well. that's
right.
how that's how the cartel works. So who knows?
Well, I think that the States has a long record of doing the same thing over and over again. And that is having basically a spy network for identifying certain threats and then choosing which threats it lets through for political purposes. And I personally think that Kennedy's assassination was one of those threats. I think that it was Lee Harvey Oswald, but I think they allowed it to happen because of Kennedy's comments about the military industrial complex. And that is
Mm,
a strike at the heart of the CIA, particularly at that in that era of time, and the military strength of the states, which is something that the CIA was very, very concerned about. And so I think that it was just a crazy communist loner that was not successful in his life. I think it normally would have been stopped, and I think the CIA just let it happen, just like they let Pearl Harbor happen
uh-huh.
in order to enter the Second World War. And I think they let 9/11 happen in order to take action in the Middle East.
That's how everything had happened. You have to attack the US or have something happened in the US to say, okay, you attack me, then I will attack you back.
That's right. That's right. Everybody, we have to be afraid. Look at what
Mhm.
happened. Now we have to do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So Beto is saying, when I did work for contacting, there was areas in New Mexico where I was told by Black gear officials to go away and thanks for your work. But when I did move forward, I had an AK-47 in my face. Okay, I don't know the storyline of that comment. And then Beto is saying Kennedy also wanted gold reserved and get rid of private banks. So he was more of the left wing, because that's how the left wing acts. I mean, that's what happened in Venezuela, for instance. Chavez at that moment got rid of the gold reserve. He just like spent it all, and he like make everything public.
Beto, are you saying he wanted to reinstitute the gold standard? Is that what you mean by that, or what do you mean by wanted the gold reserve?
I mean, for me, I understood that he just like get rid of that, like reselling it, getting money, like getting cash out of it, and use it. I don't know, in their behalf. Maybe, I don't know. Yes, gold standard.
Okay, so do you know what the gold standard is, Pat?
No, I
No.
don't.
So it used to be that bills printed by a country would have a gold standard. So they would be worth a certain amount, like $1 American, but they would
Okay.
also be worth a certain amount of gold. So if you instead wanted to trade that dollar into the treasury would have to give you in exchange like an ounce of gold or something like that, whatever it was considered to be worth. And that was considered the gold standard. So you couldn't just print more money and depreciate the value of all money, because all the money had a real value tied to it. But I think
Okay.
in the 1930s or something like that, I think it was a predecessor of Bush that removed the gold standard in an effort to solve an economic issue that they were having, because they were having an economic crash. And it was clear that a bunch of people were going to try to pull their gold out, so they suspended it. I think Nixon suspended it as well.
Wow.
But Nixon is after Kennedy, so who suspended?
So it says, Beto is saying we are living in a flat currency, printing money out of thin air. President Jackson wanted it. So if I understand correctly, the gold standard is just like buying more currency for your country. It's like having more what's this? We call it circular or circulante in Spanish, but it will be like moving like physical money, like more physical money going around. That's what you said about the gold standard, Nicholas.
It's basically what the thing is worth. So Wikipedia says a gold standard is a monetary system in which the
Mm-hmm.
standard economic unit of account is based on a fixed quantity of gold. So
Okay.
that means every dollar bill is worth a certain amount of gold.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is to stop countries from just printing money and then giving it out as though it's real money, which if it didn't have anything real associated with it, then that would just make all the money worth less. But since it's all worth a certain amount of gold, and gold is
Mm-hmm.
always worth something, it's not like they're just creating more gold, that they can't just, it's not fiat currency. Fiat currency is when you can just print as much as you want, and you just declare what it's worth. Um, and it gives more economic control to people that are not part of the government, because through something called quantitative easing and other issues, where they fiddle around with the amount of money in circulation, and they fiddle around with lending rates, they really
Okay.
manipulate what money is worth. And if there is a gold standard, then they can't do it to the same level, because there is that physical guarantee.
Yes, it's like a balance. So you don't go around and create more money
Yep.
out of nothing.
Yep.
That's terrible. And I'm guessing that's why there's so much in stake. There's so much in jeopardy, and that's why they just wanted to they want to get rid of John F. Kennedy, because he had like the power to change that. I'm guessing, right?
Well, yeah, that's the strange thing here. Is I was looking at the history here, so let me just jump down to. Okay, so it was suspended first in during World War One.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just temporarily during World War One, and then the newly created Federal Reserve intervened in currency markets and sold bonds to sterilize some of the gold imports that would have otherwise increased the stock of money. That's really okay. Where was it abandoned? In May 1931, around an Austria, that's Austria. Sorry.
No.
Okay. Under the Bretton Woods International Monetary Agreement of 1944, the gold standard was kept without domestic convertibility.
Okay.
Looks like there's some sort of an international agreement here.
It has to be. It has to be. It has to be like a regulated currency. So no one will be saying, "Hey, my dollar or my currency just cost more gold than anyone else's," just to say it like that. So Betty is saying, and when people do talk about this matter and express their opinion, like William Cooper, they get killed. But I'm guessing that it's not only talking about this matter, but also having power to change. So, I mean, to change that or to apply that to the country, I'm guessing. That's why. Conspiracy theories.
Oh, William Cooper, right? Yeah, you want to talk about conspiracy theories, Beta? William Cooper was he'll definitely get you on the Illuminati track, and he, I think, ended up dying in a shootout with cops that came to his door, and
Wow.
he was a radio personality, and I suspect that he probably had schizophrenia, paranoid schizophrenia, and he did state on the radio, he's like, if the police come for me, I know it's part of the secret government and they're coming to kill me, so I'm not gonna go willingly. Like, he basically warned them that it was going to be a shootout, and then that's how he eventually died, as I understand it.
Okay. So it's not exactly someone that wanted to kill him. They already told him that he may be going to get killed. So,
well, he was really concerned about the Illuminati, and that was he was. I think he died in the 90s, maybe. And so he had a radio show, and he tried to get this out and warn people about it. And this was sort of at the tail end of the popularity of the New Age movement. Which I don't know if you know too much about that, but there are roots in the New Age movement in theosophy, which is something that also inspired Hitler. So ideas like the third root race and Aryans with shining skin and blue eyes that are extremely tall and things like that, that all comes from theosophy. So it comes from the same source as what inspired what William Cooper was going up against.
Wow, that's such a... There are too much. It's too much. It's too much. What says to live in other countries and see other opinions is awesome. Nicholas, behold a pale horse. Aryan.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
So the pale horse was death, wasn't it?
I think so. It's just one of the... Well, it's one of the four... I kept on forgetting the words in English.
Apocalypse. Four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I was going to say jinete, which means like the rider. I mean, that's what we call it.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So we call it jinete, which is like the ones that are like riding in this like on top of these horses in the apocalypse. So that's That's the first word that came into my head. I'm sorry. Spanish, Spanish, Spanish.
Hin. Is hin something to do with horse? Because ete would be a diminutive. It's something smaller, right? Or related to?
No,
Is
no,
that
jinete. Like that, jinete. So it
okay?
says, Nicholas, what can I tell you, my smart friend? Okay.
What can you tell me? Um. Well, I definitely do have a lot of things that I would randomly like to ask you. Uh,
Well, we have.
yeah,
We,
go ahead. Go ahead.
no. I was just going to say that we have like lots and lots and lots of topics that we can talk about, and we can just go hours and hours talking about it. And the good thing is that we will have different opinions based on where we are, when we at,
Mhm.
because you are like in Canada, like on top of America. It's not exactly in America, but you're living
Yeah, but I also have
at
opinions very
American.
different. I
Exactly.
I also have opinions very different than most Canadians.
I'm guessing. I haven't heard from more Canadians than the ones that I know around, and well, they have their opinion based on different things, but they always like criticizing their minister. I think it is their first minister. You have first minister there, I think,
The prime
or
minister.
the prime minister. I'm
That's
sorry.
right. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. You'd make that confusion because prime often does mean first. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry about that, but we have president, so that's why I was saying. Okay, so that's the thing. I have my own opinion, but I am living in a third world country. Um, okay, Beto is saying, ask me anything. But I think we should stop here because it's getting late. And I know that if we keep on going, this is going to end like around 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. We got to
So,
stop somewhere. We'll do it again sometime.
exactly. And remember, I think everyone is working. So tomorrow we have to like get up early to go to work.
I
I
don't.
think.
I don't. I had a really busy week and I'm basically on my weekend right now. But I
Really?
do need to sleep and stuff. Yeah. And even when I'm not working, I've got lots to do.
Oh,
But by the way,
well, great.
Hinete, the reason why I had totally screwed it up is because it's from Arabic and I don't know Arabic at all. I know a lot of the sort of Romance languages,
Hmm.
but
But that's Spanish, by the way.
it's Spanish, but it comes from
Yes, it
Andalusian
comes from
Arabic,
Arabic. Yes.
which
Not
that really surprises me. Do you know any other words that come from Arabic?
not exactly, but remember that for our knowledge, it's just Spanish. So there might be some other words that I might be using, and it might be coming from there, but it's because it's just a mixture in the European culture. Remember,
Right.
Latin.
I don't think
It's
I in my memory I don't think of Spain as ever being Muslim, but it really was quite a bit for a lot. It had a lot of Arabic influence for a long time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
okay. So Betty's saying, okay, one more question. So you want Latin? Um, what do you want to know? You want us to ask you? You want to ask someone a question? Because it's getting late. It's
I will
12:19
I,
a.m. in the morning.
I will ask Pedro a question. Pedro, would you please describe your symptoms in detail? Because
You're
he said he had corona, right? Didn't he say that earlier?
Yeah, but he then said that he was joking and he
Oh,
just took it off with tequila. So
oh, okay.
he's
All right.
he's completely fine. He said he's completely fine. Fine. Okay, what should we ask? Because that question about the symptoms is not um, what will be a good question? I don't want to like ask for personal questions because this will be up in the YouTube. So wait, Beto, wait. I'm just thinking about a question that it's not invading your privacy. I don't want to invade your privacy. I don't know if Nicholas is thinking about it as well, but I don't want to like ask you for something private that you don't want to have it on the YouTube community, right? So,
I've got the question.
okay, go
Are
ahead.
traps gay? And please explain your answer. Wait, maybe don't. Maybe don't ask that. That might get you in trouble with YouTube. Never mind.
Okay, I have a question. Beto, when do you start feeling those okay, what does he said? I don't mind see my new segment B2B to 22. Well, he's posting. I will watch it, Beto. I will definitely watch your segment. But the question that I have for you is, when do you start feeling those like entities? I don't know if you mentioned that last time. When do you start feeling it? When you were really young? At what age? And why do you think it triggered that first time that you start feeling these ghosts or these entities?
That's a really good question.
So it's just like not invading anyone and not we don't want YouTube on us.
That's right. Yeah,
Yes.
we're good little boys and girls. YouTube, we love you.
Exactly. We love you. Peace.
Please promote
You.
us. We
Yeah.
would like to
You.
eat.
Yeah. Well, I'm not monetized. By the way, I have two videos already that have been claimed by Onision already.
Okay.
So if I want to monetize my channel, which I cannot monetize those two videos that I have around because
Right.
I have already have claimed issues with the automatic bots from
Right.
this YouTuber.
And like, have you thought about your strategy in terms of how you want to play with the YouTube rules? Because there are a number of different things that people tend to do. Like, for instance, if you've got a video that has Onision in the title,
Mm-hmm.
it's I think it's likely going to be drawing more people to your channel. And so even if
Exactly.
that thing is demonetized, it might be good for your channel to have it there. But you want to have a plan, right? In terms of how much you want to violate YouTube suggestions, because it's like communist China. They will promote you more if they think you're being a good girl.
Exactly. But it's just like 50-50. It's just like if you want to have some sort of promotion in the YouTube community, you have to be able to talk the, let's say, the tags that you put on your YouTube video, not only having it as a tag, but you also have to mention it like in the video. Supposedly YouTube is just like trying to understand every kind of word that you're saying, and every word is being taken out, and that's why it's being promoted. And also it has to do with the amount of views you have at certain point during I think the first 48 hours of the video that will get promoted, and that's how the tags are starting to work.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So it's just a mixture in between everything. It is not hard to understand, but it's difficult for you to position yourself in the top
I got
because, uh huh,
I got a YouTube video demonetized because in it I said gay as in geisha. Do you
uh
know what a
huh,
geisha is? A geisha,
yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it heard me say gay, so it said, "Oh, this is not advertiser friendly."
Exactly, and that's why it's because they're listening to every single word. So, for instance, if I want to monetize my channel, then it will be difficult for me to like try to monetize all of the lives, for instance, because I don't know exactly. I mean, I will have to like sit down and listen to all of the footage, or I would just like try to send them all and see which one will be monetized and which one wouldn't. So Okay, so let's go ahead and read Beto. He said, "Yes, they came at my youth, and it was really bad while I was in school. Unfortunately, it was a weird. I was a it was a weird, or I was a weird, and I have no way. No, it was weird, and I have no way of explaining of how it felt or how it still comes to me. The sensation still haunts me. Well, as we were talking before, everything comes. I mean, this kind of thing will come when you're really young, and supposedly it will leave you when you start growing up. But it seems like in Beto didn't. So you still having that. You have something to say about this, Nicholas?
Well, I hope it doesn't bother him too much. Whatever he's dealing with, I think it's very similar to things that people have dealt with for thousands of years, and I think you're going to be okay. And if you feel like you're really not okay, then probably a good time to reach out and talk to somebody and ask for help.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I wouldn't even be by myself in a house. Like if I'm feeling that kind of thing, like I will try to like live with someone or like share with someone, at least not to feel alone. Maybe that will change a little bit. So he said, "Listen to me. The sensation still haunts me, and I prefer death." That's a really harsh, like, let's say, thought. So that's why we're telling you. I think the best option or suggestion will be trying to not be by yourself and trying to talk it out. There must be someone that can relate to it. I mean, I can relate to you because of the experience that I have had when I was younger, but I don't know how to tell you. I mean, for you to go somewhere, I don't know. That's something that you need to search for. I cry and it hurts, and I am a man. I know, and I'm guessing that it's something that, as I said, I don't have the answer. I mean, I can relate to your story because I feel that it's haunting you, but you need to talk. I mean, you need to talk to someone that is specialized in that, or at least try to find someone to live with by the time being. I don't know if there is something else that we could suggest to Beto, Nicholas.
I would suggest talking to a parent or a friend or a doctor or a priest, somebody that is used to dealing with people and talking to them about their issues, or just somebody that obviously cares about you already.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Beto is saying, "I'm sorry, I'm leaving now. God bless." Thank you, Beto,
Nice,
for being in the live stream, by the way.
nice talking to you, Beto.
I hope to see you. I hope to see you here again in the live. Okay, so Nicholas, I think we should go to rest. I am going
Sounds
to
good.
search for the movie and see what we can get to.
Shut
Um,
shut down the live stream first. I have something I wanted to mention to you offline.
okay, okay, so to just like end broadcast, and that's it.
I think so. You've done this more than I have. I'm more of a guest on these things. I don't think I've ever hosted.
Okay, let me just like end broadcast. Okay, Beto, thank you for being here. We'll see you soon. Okay, I'll talk to you privately.